Hey, what's guys in the Majespecter deck profile for you guys? Um, the stuff in my sideboard is for future to add to this. Yeah. So, 3 Fox. This card's really quite good. That lets you add the traps to your hand, the Majespecter traps. So, yeah, it's really quite good. And then 3 Toad. I'm not gonna try to pronounce the actual name, like the Ogama, which I don't know if that's pronounced right or not. That's why I'm just gonna say the crow or raccoon or that. So, but he lets you set a Manifestor spell trap from your deck to your spell trapper zone. So he's really quite good to help set up more plays. And then Crow lets you add a Manifestor spell from your deck to your hand. So it's also really quite good as well. So yeah. And then Fairy Statue of the Storm Winds because everything's wind. So it's really quite good in here. It's one of me so many games just offers having that in my opening hand or drawing it really early and just winning the game from there. I won a lot of games versus, or well, I would say not a lot, but quite a few to correct myself. Against meta decks, I won against Thunder Dragons. I won against Sky Trackers, and then I won one game versus Salmon Greats. So Salmon Greats is a little more harder because they just recurring their monsters, but it's once you can get a good setup and can continue to keep it, then it's a lot more easier. But if you don't have that setup and can't control it, then it's gonna be really quite hard. So yeah, 3 Raccoon. He lets you add any Mass Spectre monster from your deck to your hand, so he's basically your searcher for your other dudes. So yeah, and 3 Cat. So during the end phase is when you get the search for him. And so basically what I try to do is I usually have this in my hand for next turn. So I have another setup play. So I can notice on that and then search for maybe Fox and then just continue to plus. So yeah. And then 2 Ash and 2 Aether. Just for the hand traps, it's kind of staple with this format. I more like to use Valor, because it's a little more useful, but Ash has actually won me a couple games just from having it in here, so yeah. And then 2 Storm, true 1 Wind Spellcaster, and then shuffle a card into the deck. That's not the best one, but it's still useful to help get rid of extra deck monsters or anything like that, so yeah. Tide of the Veterans. So this card's actually really dumb in a good way. Because you can Phantom Summon and do like all the stuff in one turn that you want. And then you can play Ties, bring out 2 more monsters if you want, and then you just can't special summon for the rest of the turn, and you cannot conduct a battle phase. But yeah, you can basically do anything else that you want before you activate this, and then once you activate this, and you're pretty much set. So yeah, Call by the Grave. Just to hit Ash or Droll. Ogre does not do anything against this deck because all the Match Specters have the effect where they cannot be targeted or destroyed by punch card effects. So yeah, the deck is really quite stupid. Because they can't Valor it, they can't Impermanence it, they can't do really anything to it. So yeah, so it's really quite good. So and then 2 Match Spectre Cyclone. I know I have one in here, but after like I said playing the deck and testing it out and figuring out what works. I wanted one more in here just because it does come in handy to have two of each of the spells just for another target. So yeah, two Mirror Shield. The one issue that I ran into this deck is that it cannot get over monsters over 3,000 attack, and that's probably where the sideboard or extra deck comes in. But um, as you can see, I don't play anything that has high attack. I mean, this can shuffle back to 3,000, but if I can't target, then Mirror Shield's the way to go. So yeah. And then Majesty's Pegasus just at 1. So all Majespecters gain 300 attack and defense, and then you trigger a win, special 1, level 4 lower Majespecter from your deck. So let's say you've used Crow, and you want to not have a 1,000 attack monster on the field. So you trigger it, bring out like Fox or Raccoon, and just get either a search or add a monster to your hand. So yeah, so it's really quite good to help get rid of some dead cards that are low attack, and replace them with higher attack monsters. So yeah, and then 3 Tornado and 3 Tempest. Tornado trigger a wind spellcaster, then banish one card that your opponent controls, but it does target. So yeah. But this card's really good. It's won me so many games just because I can tribute when I have like 3 or 4 Majespecters on board, and then it's like, oh, tribute, banish. And so it's like, if they conduct their normal summon, and I banish their normal summon, but they still get their effect, like, okay, that's your normal summon, but you're not going to possibly do anything else. So yeah. And then Tempest. This card is absolutely stupid. Because it hits special summon monsters and also monster effects that activate. So, and neither of these cards are once per turn either. So you can just keep flipping them over or add them, and it's like, okay. So yeah. Because the Tempest hits almost anything, and it's just really quite good. So yeah. And then Jar Avarice. The one thing that a friend of mine did tell me is that you do burn through your traps really quite quickly. So I added this in here to help recycle only the traps. It's not for anything else. It's only for the traps. So yeah. So that's why Jar Avarice is in there for anybody that's wondering. So yeah. So that's basically it for the main deck. Now for extra deck. So Time Thief Redoer. It's still a good card. I've had a lot of people on Facebook when I shared my deck list why I don't run Azathoth. And for anybody that's wondering what that is, I can actually show you. So Azathoth is basically a siege monster where you use the rank up magic for Fam Knights to make it, and so it makes your opponent not be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh, or they can't activate effects until the end of the turn. So yeah. And then it also nukes their board too. So yeah. So that's why I don't play, because it's just degenerate. And it's just really quite stupid. So yeah. So I don't really like playing degenerate cards because it's just unfair. I mean, I get it helps you win, but it's just really unfair for the opponent. So yeah, that's why I don't do that. Tornado Dragon, just help get rid of more back row. Bagushka, just to help buy a couple turns. Now, see, this is more balanced than the Azathoth, because it does prevent your opponent from after any effects, but it's only for about 3 turns, so that's a little more, somewhat a little bit more balanced than as I thought, because they can actually still play in Dark Hole and all that, but yeah. So, and then Lightning Shidori, target a set card your opponent controls, and then return to the bottom of the deck, and then detach one, then target a face-up card, and return to the top of the deck. So, really, really quite good. And then Totem Bird, for negating spells and traps. So, yeah. And then Nightmare Phoenix, discard one card to destroy spell or trap. So, yeah. Heavy Manifest Ultramite, really good for Pendulum decks. So, yeah. You can pop your skill, add one back that you need, and then you get to draw a card. So, yeah. Cerberus, also really, really quite good as well. Just help pop special monsters in the main monster zone. So, yeah. Great fly, because everything's win, so might as well. This is just a generic Link monster, so yeah. Same thing with Underclock, so. But the one thing I forgot to add was Pendulum Paradox, just as like a one of, because I do play in my real life build, and it's really good to help add back your scales if you have two level 2 or scale 2s or 2 scale 5s. You can add those back and then be able to resummon them. So, for the duel tomorrow, there will be one of these in here, but for now, this is basically the deck list without that. So, and I would not add, or I would not take anything out. I'll just add it in there. So it'll be a 41 card deck. But, yeah. So, thanks for watching. Like I said, this will be a future build of Majespecters with this in here. Guiding Ariadne because of the song package. Houses more protection and backup for your Majespecters, so it's really, really quite good. So, yeah. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And stay tuned for the dual videos. And, yeah, I'll catch y'all in tomorrow's video, I guess.